now in the postseason, in which it's a classic B-League rivalry between two of the very best. Number 1 and 2 of the Eastern Conference, the UTSUNOMIYA BREX are hosts, and the visitors, the CHIBA Jets. Well, it's fair to say these two teams have really battled out to be the beasts from the East. They met on the opening 2 game days of the regular season at the Lala Tokyo Bay Arena, in which the CHIBA Jets, with all their new signings, new head coach, defeated the BREX. Well, the BREX indeed have only got one victory this season against the CHIBA Jets, and that indeed was a very, very long time ago. Well, that game in which the BREX did win, well, they ended up losing their last game against the Jets, but that was back on the 29th of January this calendar year. And in that game, they were led by Makoto Hiyajima with 24 points, followed up by Isaac Fotu, who chipped in 18. Well, this is now going to be the 6th meeting between these two B-League powerhouses here in the postseason. They met in the inaugural year, the quarterfinals, and in games 1 and 2, the BREX won by 7 points. It was only 2 years later in 2019 in which the Jets finally got their revenge, meeting in the semifinals. And then the big showdown, the big showcase. These two teams did meet in the 2021 B-League Finals, in which Togashi ended up winning the championship. Well, we're now in the semifinals. The BREX defeating Mikawa Seahorses. All playoff games in the quarterfinals, were clean sweeps. Golden Kings currently up against San Antonio Phoenix. They're heading into the 4th quarter, while CHIBA Jets had a very comfortable journey against their rivals, Alvak Tokyo. Well, the elimination of Alvak Tokyo means that only the BREX can make history if and only if they make it to the finals in Yokohama next weekend and win what would make them the only team in B-League history since 2017 to win 3 B-League championships. Well, we'll take a look at the reflection of how the Jets had to go through the number 1 defensive team, Alvak Tokyo, and it's fair to say the defense really just didn't come to fruition. Alvak only... Well, again, we were live at the Lala Tokyo Bay Arena, and it became the Chris Smith Show. Simply undeniable. Well, going back to what I was saying briefly, Tokyo, notoriously known as the number 1 defensive team in the B-League, conceding only 71 points. But as you can see, CHIBA Jets, the offense was just too imperious, unstoppable. Because the Jets have had to battle through numerous injuries this season here in the B-League. But since then, they prevailed. Well, Hogue, of course, is just having a great transition now in his debut season here with the Jets, as well as head coach Trevor Gleason. Well, they took care of business in game 1, and again, it just became a run route, a complete 27-point blowout for CHIBA. Well, the significance of knocking out Alvak Tokyo was just like UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Tokyo were looking to go and get their 3rd B-League championship, but that just wasn't meant to be. Well, we'd like to give some shout-outs and welcomes to everybody watching live on B-League International. So welcome to Dasit Mane. Hello, my friend. And, of course, welcome to Onegai Master. And, of course, konnichiwa to all of our Japanese fans and Kathy Hefcliffe as well. Because no doubt we're going to have a lot of BREX fans watching tonight from New Zealand. Well, the key thing for the Jets is to space that offense, attack the defense, make everything collapse in the paint, and get those high-percentage looks. A 35% three-point shooting team. Statistically, if you compare both, the CHIBA Jets and UTSUNOMIYA BREX, there's not a lot to really separate these two teams other than the fact that with inside the three-point line, BREX might be a little bit better. I mean, they're 50% from within inside three-point range, but game 1, well, they definitely had to work their money for it, especially going down by 10 points in the first half. Well, it took a bit of time, but, BREX, one area they did improve, especially in the second half, was indeed the three-point shooting. And just like CHIBA, they as well are a 35% three-point shooting team. Gavin Edwards, former CHIBA Jets player, had a phenomenal game in the first meeting in the quarterfinals against Mikawa Seahorses. And tonight, well, he'll go up against his former employees, the CHIBA Jets. Well, Yusuke Endo, of course, has had a bit of a quiet run this season, especially from the three-point line, but did hit some big shots. And there is Shinji Takashima, the sniper from the bench. Chris has really come big with some huge shots, and I'd like to call him the B-League Japanese Robert Horry. Well, Game 1 was a comfortable 12-point victory. Because Game 2, the BREX finishing right where they started. Well, Terminal 2K, welcome on the live YouTube chat. We do have a Chiba Jets fan as well as Onegai Master. Of course, this is now going to be the 6th meeting between both the BREX and the Jets. Last season, BREX are one of the 2 top teams here in the B-League regular season, meeting Jets in the first round. And even though they hosted the quarterfinals here at home in Tochigi Prefecture, it was the Jets who broke every heart of the BREX Nation. Kosogawa, what progression this young man has had so far here in his young career. Now becoming, a key, crucial component of Utsunomiya's offense. And of course, that picture is of a great human being, the former head coach of Utsunomiya BREX, the late, great Kevin Bracewell. Of course, our thoughts and prayers go to him and his family due to his unfortunate passing this season. And no doubt, he'll be looking down and watching his team, knowing that they're coming together just for him. Kevin Bracewell, gone but will never ever be forgotten. A truly most valuable person. Well, there you can see the meetings between these 2 teams. They've met 4 times in the regular season. BREX only winning once, as we mentioned, on the 29th of January. The game in which Makoto Hiyajima did lead this team. The most recent game came on the 16th. Because that was in the month of April, not so long ago, actually. Because that game, it was a 6-point win for Chiba. Chiba that night, of course, felt their chances were going to be definitely led by the likes of DJ Hogue, who did have 23 points, followed up by the 15 coming from John Mooney. Now, interestingly about John Mooney, he's the most efficient player, but BREX are going to have to depend on this man tonight, DJ Newbill, the former Osaka Avesa player. Because he's been arguably one of the best talents, but when you talk about the BREX, the thing for them is, they know how to ride the momentum of a game. Well, we're now moments away from tip-off, and again, we welcome everybody watching live here on B.LEAGUE International. Because there's the playoff matchup from last season when these 2 teams met. A heartbreaker definitely for all the BREX Nation. Well, there you can see the roster for Utsunomiya BREX, and we did talk about number 25, DJ Newbill, but you also want to look out for the likes of Makoto Hiyajima. Of course, one of the very best Japanese shooting guards who did feature last summer at the Paris Olympics. But also want to take a key eye on number 12, Shinji Takashima, who has come off the bench, and there is Hiyajima, the B-League Finals MVP of 2022. Of course, on their way to the finals when they had Kai Tebs as their primary point guard, they did defeat the Chiba Jets. And that was revenge after losing in the finals the year prior at the Yokohama Arena. Well, he's a 44% three-point shooter this season. As mentioned, one of the very best in the Japanese B-League. Well, the Jets lineup, it's like an all-star team. A lot of noise was made last summer when, of course, Yuta Watanabe returned from the NBA. And now the debutant, his first season playing in his home country, Japan. But you got to look out for number 2, Yuki Togashi, the first ever $1 million Japanese player. But I would say their best player is number 34, Christopher Smith, born and raised in Sacramento, California, starting his pro career in the lower divisions of France, but now has become, arguably, like DJ Newbill, one of the most elite talents here in the B-League. BREX fans making the short journey from the Funabashi Prefecture just outside the capital city of Tokyo. And there he is, Yuki Togashi. Since the inauguration of the B-League in 2017, tried his luck in the NBA Summer League with the Dallas Mavericks, almost signed professionally in Italy with Dinamo Sassari in 2015. Originally from the city of Niigata in northern Japan. Because never has featured for his hometown team, Niigata Albirex, now in B3. He did briefly play for B-League rivals Akita Northern Happy Nets, but he has definitely become the king of Funabashi, a Jets hero. Well, we just got a message in from the live YouTube chat. Onegai Master said the atmosphere is cold. I don't know if that's good or bad or whatever, but I'll tell you something. I've been to this arena. I was here in 2023. The BREX Nation, they know how to make a great atmosphere. Well, there's your starting lineup tonight here for the Jets. So interestingly, Tashiro, former Ruku Golden Kings players coming into the lineup. Well, there's head coach Trevor Gleason, experience in the Korean Basketball League, the NBA G League, and as an assistant in the NBA. But now has the hot seat. But now let's enjoy the local entertainment as we'll introduce the key players for UTSUNOMIYA BREX.
Move on. 全員で突き進む頂上への道。そのファーストステージ、クォーターファイナルは響き渡る声援を力に変え、三河を相手に2連勝を飾ったブレックス。高い集中力とエナジーあふれるプレーで積み上げてきたチーム力を見せつけ、見事セミファイナルへの切符をつかみ取った。そしていよいよ迎える相手は昨シーズン歴史に残る激闘の末に苦杯をなめた千葉ジェッツ。さあ皆さん、舞台は整いました。今こそあの悪夢から覚め、頂への道を突き進む時、一戦必勝の大舞台で築き上げたブレックスネーションの力を結集し、必ずや勝利をつかみ取りましょう。ブレックスネーション全員でたどり着こう、あの頂点まで。
Welcome everybody live here in the Tojiki Prefecture. This is the home of UTSUNOMIYA BREX, two-time B.LEAGUE champions, the inaugural year of 2017, and again in 2022. Well, there's the young man Atsuya Ogawa. We talked about him in the pregame, really becoming an elite Japanese point guard. And there's the legend, Kosuke Takeuchi, 40 years young. Featured for Japan's national team at the 2006 FIBA World Championship. And now Shinji Takashima, you're going to see him come off the bench and hit a few three-pointers tonight. Well, Hinori Watanabe, of course, has had a very up-and-down season, but this would be the time to really make an announce for yourself. Well, quite a lot of young stars. Yuta Ishikawa, of course, hasn't quite stepped into the lineup yet, but has had featured Seiji Ikuruga, one of their key components, and he'll be a part of the rotation along with the likes of Atsuya Ogawa and Shinji Takashima. Well, there's Isaac Fotu, New Zealand international, and hopefully we'll see him feature for his national team this summer at the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. But now we'll introduce the starting five for Coach Coronel's UTSUNOMIYA BREX.
さあ皆さん、出し切る準備はできていますか。行くぞブレックスネーション。
Well, here we go, basketball fans. 2025 B.LEAGUE playoffs, semifinals, the best of three, Jets versus UTSUNOMIYA BREX. The BREX chasing history. BREX, can they become the only team in B.LEAGUE history to win 3 B.LEAGUE championships? If they're going to do it, they've got to start tonight. We're going to introduce the starting five here for the UTSUNOMIYA BREX, and I would imagine, indeed, it's going to be Makoto Hiyajima and DJ Nubo in the backcourt, partnered with Yusuke Endo. We'll find out momentarily. Well, BREX have got to fight the demons, learn the lessons from last season's heartbreak in the quarterfinals. And they're up against the very same team. And already, Grant Jarrett will be the starting center tonight. Well, he is going to be partnered by former Jets player Gavin Edwards. Edwards did feature at the Tokyo 2021 Olympics. This unfortunately didn't pick up a victory in that Olympic group, but there's DJ Newville, probably been their best signing. He's now been with them for a few seasons since making that transfer from Osaka. And there's Yusuke Endo, which does mean the final player will be coming out, Makoto Hyejima.
And number 6, Makoto Hyejima.
One of the very best three-point shooters, a 40+% three-point shooter. Coach Zico Coronel started this season as the assistant, and for very tragic and very unfortunate circumstances, has now had to take over. But you know what? He's held his own. He's kept this group together. And not only are they going to win a championship for the BREX Nation, it's for the late, great Kevin Bracewell as well. Well, there are 3 referees for tonight's game that will get this show underway. Of course, we're very proud to say B.LEAGUE officiating. It's some of the best refereeing in the world. You'll find many B.LEAGUE referees, the likes of Daigo Urashima, Haruga Iwai, and even Takaki Kato, FIBA licensed referees who've officiated at Asia Cups, World Cups, and even Olympics. Well, tough start tonight. Naoki Tashiro will be in the backcourt. He'll go up against DJ Newbill. Well, very interesting. Riku Sugawa also making a very interesting start tonight. But also Shuta Hata will have his hands filled. And that's a good defensive matchup for him. He's going to have to try and contain Makoto Hyejima. Well, the battle of the bigs, John Mooney, along with the likes of DJ Hogue, will go up against Grant Jarrett and Gavin Edwards, the former Jets player. And again, if you're watching this game live on B.LEAGUE International, please let us know where in the world you're watching this game, which team you're supporting, and let's get the semifinals underway. The 6th meeting in B.LEAGUE playoff history between 2 of the B.LEAGUE giants, BREX and the Jets. They met in the 2021 finals. Jets broke the hearts of every BREX fan, winning that final in Yokohama. But BREX have more championships. Welcome, everybody. 2 words, game time. Let's get this one started.
Play ball.
It's going to be Jets who have first possession. So Shiro's going to have to play big in the backcourt, defended by the more experienced Yusuke Endo. And now Hogue penetrates, reverse layup, and no help side defense. Well, we saw this in the Mikawa series in the quarterfinals. BREX early on did give away too many easy buckets in the paint. But how well DJ Newbill is going to play tonight is going to depend on how well this team succeeds. Jarrett takes a dribble, now a 3. And that's something he does go for quite often, but the inconsistency of Grant Jarrett has prevented him from successfully knocking him down. But good defense by Newbill. And now BREX want to push this one. Jarrett with a mismatch. Double team comes over, but a foul has been committed. Well, that foul comes from Shuta Hata, quickly coming over from the help side, knowing very well that that was going to be a mismatch. Well, quick 3 by Endo. Well, it's not uncommon to see BREX not fire from all cylinders from the 3-point line early on. They usually take a little bit of time to warm up. Another penetration goes in. Big offensive rebound by Mooney, and the putback is good. Well, he's got to be crucial tonight for second chance points. That's what they depend on him. He's the most efficient player for the Jets. Endo coming off one screen. Now bumps, turns it over. Well, the absence of Yuki Tagashi not prevailing to be an issue at the moment for Chiba. Is now Hara. Makes a bit of contact, kicks out. Mooney in the paint. Good help side defense, but gets his own rebound. Another 3 by Ho goes up. And again, Chiba, this time unable to get the rebounds. Hyejima comes up with it. Well, 3 from Mako goes in, and that's the 3rd 3-point attempt. Well, Jets controlling the tempo at the moment. BREX still scoreless. They need to stop on defense. And a nice little finish, and That time, you can see Jets offense, exposing the frailties of the BREX. Well, Hogue already has 4 points. So this is the thing right now for UTSUNOMIYA. They really live and die by the three-point line. New bit of contact, no foul call. Jets come up with it. .6-0 lead to the Jets. BREX having to rely on the defense. Hogue goes for another one, and he buries his three-pointer, and it's a 9-0 begin for the CHIBA Jets. Well, they seem to have no problem playing on the road, especially here in the playoffs, and they're doing it currently without Yuki Togashi and Chris Smith. Well, a timeout has been called. We will return in just under 1 minute.
BREX. ご来場のお客様にご案内いたします。ただいまベースラインのラインテープが剥がれておりますので、コートの修復を行います。試合再開まで今しばらくお待ちください。
Welcome back, everybody. Live here in the Tochigi Prefecture, semifinals game 1 between UTSUNOMIYA BREX and the CHIBA Jets. Well, it's the 5th time these two teams have met this season. BREX have only won once. That was back on the 29th of January. And as mentioned, historical matchup between these two, 6th ever meeting in the postseason of the B-League. Just over 3 minutes played. BREX still looking for the first points of the game. Here, Jimmy getting caught in a double team. BREX bring it down. Well, they'll go for their 4-3 from Yusuke Endo. It's still just can't fire, but getting the offensive rebound. New Bill tries a fifth one. Finally gets one to go. I told you, they will go for threes early on. A volume three-point shooting team. Mooney fighting Hogue. Hogue has 7 points. BREX trying to step on the defense, but again, Mooney missing from point-blank range. Well, here's where the BREX have got to capitalize. Get something in transition. Well, Jarrett's got a mismatch. He's got it by Shutahara in the paint. And now Edwards, he'll fire a three. That's something BREX have got to do a better job. Contest for more offensive boards. Jets have been a little bit more hungry so far. Now we're under 10 on the shot clock. Hogue. Well, that's going to go out of bounds, I think. No foul called. So 7 here on the clock for the Jets. Well, you can see what a difference Christopher Smith makes in the game when he comes in. I mean, look, off one screen. And that's tough because he elevates so high when he shoots. Well, they've got to be able to contain him, that's for sure. Not just coming off the bench. Well, Smith now a chance to make this a 4-point lead for the Jets. 4:15 to go here in the first quarter. Because Jets came out with a high-flying 9-0 start. Because I thought he had his foot on the line there. So it is indeed 3 free throws coming up for the man from Sacramento. This has been a very big, monumental year for the Chiba Jets. New coach. A few new imports coming in, but also the new arena, the La Tokyo Bay Arena. 5-point lead to Chiba. Because the only time Chiba did lose to the BREX this season was when they were going through the injury crisis. Just over 4 minutes. Takashima giving this one back to DJ Newbill. Fotu posts up. Tough kick out, but final seconds are on the shot clock. Ogawa, step back three. Got it! Big time three! Well, the pathway for this young man, working his way through the ranks of the BREX. Now cementing himself in the rotation. Well, there's another kick out, another three hit for Chiba. Unable to connect. And now the BREX look to push this one. Ogawa slowing his time down. Well, Nubu hesitates. Bit of contact, gets fouled. Going to the free throw line for three free shots. While Watanabe, of course, made big waves of momentum when he left the NBA to come to Chiba this season here in the B-League. It's interesting to know that Yuta Watanabe is only the 4th leading scorer this season for the Jets, excuse me. Of course, number 1 is Christopher Smith. 2 is DJ Hogue, and then it's Yuki Togashi. Because he's had to fight through 2 times this season injuries. He injured himself on the opening game when Makoto Hiyajima tried to close him out in the corner. Because he landed inadvertently on Makoto Hiyajima's foot and twisted his ankle. And he had 14 points at the time he did that, so... Ugo gets a free throw to go. BREX with their first lead in the semifinals against Chiba. Because now with just over 3 minutes to go. Well, again, Chiba panicking at the moment. Smith pump fakes. Off the dribble, goes to the trademark three and still can't get it. But the Jets fight for offensive rebounds. This is what makes them a tough team to compete against. And now Togashi. Layup goes in. Finally gets it. And the first ever $1 million Japanese player. Giving Jets the lead one more time. Well, Takashima had a wide open Isaac Fotu. Goes out of bounds. Jets will get it back. Well, I think Takashima may have just missed the opportunity to find Isaac Fotu wide open. But as I said with the BREX, a team that will mercilessly go from the three-point line. Jets looking to extend on their lead. Smith goes back door, but a foul is going to be committed. That's only the second team foul against Jets here with 2:21 left. Well, you can see it's a very spacious offensive from Chiba. Twice trying to go for a backdoor play. It looks like Makoto Hiyajima is going to come back into the game along with Grant Jarrett. As is Seiji Ikaruga. Because the depth in these two teams is undeniable. Smith defended by Ikaruga. Now they got to switch on the screen. But Moody has, well, Hogue has the mismatch. Hogue spins, goes in, simply too dominant. And the Jets have got to think twice again before switching on every screen. 3-point lead to Chiba. Ikaruga having to play point guard duties. Ikaruga penetrates, gets rejected. Well, big time block. Oh, Renkinichka said, not in your house. Goodbye, sayonara. Because Chiba don't look like a team that's had to battle through as many injuries. And you got to ask the question, Had they not had as many injuries, they could have been what the BREX were this season. The team with the #1 record. Ron Jarrett pump fakes. No contact, but still makes this one. Well, it was good defense by Watanabe, but it was better offense. Konieczka throwing down low. Hogue again, another mismatch. Turnaround, that's going to be a problem all night for the BREX. They cannot afford for that switch. 2 consecutive plays. DJ Hogue taking advantage of the defense from Seiji Ikaruga. As now Hiyojima finds Fotu. Fotu in and around. No foul call, but he still can't get it. And Jets come up with it. Trying to extend the lead. Smith down the middle. Changes hands, and he finishes under intense pressure. It looks like a foul's going to be called on the ground. This one may be called on DJ Hogue. Well, again, if you're watching live on B.LEAGUE International, welcome everybody. Please let us know where in the world you're watching this game so we can give you a shout out and let us know either which team you're supporting or who you think will win the semifinals, BREX or Jets. Welcome to Yuda Prawida, Salamat Siang, and welcome to Kevin S. watching from California. Hiyojima, tough 3 goes in. No, it just rolls out. Big offensive ball by Fotu, still can't finish. Jets protecting the paint. 5-point lead. Watanabe goes in and makes it a 7-point ball game. Well, that could very well be a 2-for-1. Jets need to stop, but BREX, they've got to slice it down before going into the halftime break. Nakashima finds Grant Jarrett. Time winding down. Jarrett goes for a tough fadeaway. And a foul's going to be called against Ran Konieczka. So the good thing for the BREX, they can actually get the final shot, but CHIBA only have 1 foul to give. Well, welcome to Terminal 2K watching from Sydney. Welcome to WoW watching from Taiwan. And Yoshishi Taito, welcome everybody, as well as Vassell Hu from Las Vegas. B.LEAGUE fans watching all over the globe. 9.8, and welcome to Tzu Man Lung watching from Hong Kong. Welcome to Sander de Monk watching from Deutschland. Guten Tag. Willkommen. Well, here we go. Final seconds. Ogawa finds Fotu, and another foul. That's a, well, no, it's going to be free throws coming up now. For that was indeed the 4th team foul, the last one. So Fotu now going to the charity stripe. Chance to cut this down to a 5-point deficit. If you're wondering why there's so many boos at the moment, that's probably coming from the amount of Jets fans who've made the journey from the Funabashi Prefecture. Well, Isaac Fotu, born in one of the greatest countries in the world. He was born in the United Kingdom in the city of York in the north of England. Went to the University of Hawaii, started his pro career in the NLB for the New Zealand Breakers. Final seconds. Watanabe, one-legged 3. Almost got it. And it is indeed a 7-point lead going into the second quarter. A rematch of last season's post-playoff game in the quarterfinals. 6th playoff meeting between the Chiba Jets and Utsunomiya BREX. We will return in just under 1 minute. Bom dia to Anthony Padua watching from Brazil. And welcome to Onish Turtle watching from Oregon. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Live here at the Tojiki Prefecture. Game 1 of the semifinals here in the 2025 B-League postseason. Well, it's currently Chiba Jets leading this one by 7 points. BREX getting first possession. Still with DJ Nubel on the bench. Hiyajima Ogawa, Yusuke Endo in the backcourt. It's Hiyajima from the mid-range. A little too short, and now Togashi wants to run. Well, unable to finish quickly. Jets don't want to hang around here. They want to build as much momentum going into this game. Jared posts up. That's going to be a traveling violation. He was trying to say there was a deflection, but what if they called a foul? I don't know. Let's have a look here. Well, that to me is a travel. Well, again, trying to push this one. A foul is going to be committed inside the paint. This is an area where the Jets have been more dangerous than BREX. Isolating and making those penetrations inside UTSUNOMIYA is key. Seven-point lead. Togashi pump fakes. Goes in with a float again. Smooth move by the first ever $1 million Japanese player, Yuki Togashi. Biggest lead of the moment now. Ogawa penetrates. He'll draw the foul. This is much better from the BREX. Because sometimes you watch UTSUNOMIYA's offense and you feel like they're married to the three-point line. But now Ogawa just putting them under pressure. Well, the foul is on Michael Aou, the Chinese national. So free throws coming up for young Atsushi Ogawa. Because BREX have been a 70% free throw shooting team this season. Well, they got to make the free throws count. Isaac Fotu just subbing out of the game, so returning is Gavin Edwards. And of course, DJ Nubel also back into the lineup. Ogawa's got to make this an 8-point deficit. Got to make your free throws. Miss them both, but BREX come up with it. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Hijima, nice pass, finds Ogawa, and a much better play by the BREX. Well, when the threes don't drop, you got to find other ways to score. Points in the paint have to be imperative tonight for both these teams. 7-point lead still to Chiba. Last time Chiba Jets won the championship was back in 2021 against UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, good hands on defense. Edwards comes up with it. And now BREX looking to build momentum. Ogawa finds wide open Edwards. Edwards pump face goes in and now makes it a 5-point deficit. And a 4-0 run coming from head coach Zico Carnell's plays. Forcing Trevor Gleason to call timeout. Almost 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. We will be back in just under 1 minute. Well, if you're wondering what happened in the other B-League game, San Antonio Phoenix win Game 1 narrowly by 2 points against Ruku Golden Kings. Golden Kings looking to make it back to a 4th consecutive B-League Finals after losing disappointingly in 3 games against Hiroshima Dragonflies last year. Well, it's currently a 5-point ball game live here in Utsunomiya. 6th playoff meeting. One of those was a finals between these two teams. BREX trying to put on a bit of full court pressure. This is something about Utsunomiya that the Jets love playing against. 4 times they've met this season. Jets have taken 3 victories. Smith penetrates. In around the defense. Oh, I missed it. And the rebound secured by Grant Jarrett. Now here come the BREX. Nubel's made 1 through the step back. Makes it. And all of a sudden, it's only a 2-point ball game. 12 points already tonight from DJ Nubel. Well, the neutral fan would love to see this game go right down to the wire. Jets have led by as many as 9. 7-0 run currently here for Utsunomiya. 7 on the shot clock. There's a penetration. Finds who gets rejected. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. Well, CHIBA at the moment crumbling. BREX defense really has stepped it up again, making it very tough now to get points in the paint. I think it was DJ Nubel at the block. Right here. Get out of here. Take that back to Funabashi. Well, Hiyajima's going to go to the bench. He'll take a quick breather, getting a high five from head coach Zico Coronel. And now Shinji Takashima's back into the lineup. Nubel defended by Shutohara. Now as a switch, finds Grant Jarrett. Jarrett, bit of contact, goes in. Follow up, but a foul's going to be called, so free throws coming up for the former Jets player Gavin Edwards. And now BREX looking more hungry, contesting for second chance points. You got to credit Shutohara because although he is a god, he isn't quite giving the switches on defense, whether he has to match up with Gavin Edwards or in this case, Grant Jarrett, any easy looks inside the paint. Well, Gavin Edwards, 37 years young, came to the Japanese B-League, well, before it was called the B-League, in 2013, where he started with the Mikawa Seahorses, the team he eliminated in the first round. So in both the quarterfinals and now the semifinals, Gavin Edwards is up against his former employer. Because 2019 B-League All-Star. Second one, that should be 2 points. I think that should be 2 points. That was tipped in. Well, I wonder if Coach Zico Coronel is going to challenge that one. Another 3 goes flying. Another miss. And now BREX, for the second time, look to take the lead again. Nubel finds Takashima. Ogawa has made 1 3. Can't get it. And BREX fight. They come up again. Nubel pump fakes. Another kick out. Ogawa penetrates. But Jets defense standing strong at the moment. Ogawa in the lane, goes up, can't finish, and finally, Gavin Edwards giving the BREX a 1-point lead. But I just wonder, will the officials go back at a dead ball scenario to review the free throw that looked like it was tipped in, which should be 2 points? So should it be I think they've changed it. Yeah, they have changed it. So now it is a 2-point lead to the BREX. 6 on the shot clock. Foul's committed, and he gets the and 1. Well, Segawa-san. And this is what you have to really appreciate about the Japanese B-League. The amount of young Japanese talent, just like that man, Atsuyogawa, progressing through the pathways of their respective clubs. Free throw now for Segawa. A chance of him to give CHIBA the lead again. He's unable to convert the free throw. Nothing separates these two teams. Statistically, if you look in the regular season, the only difference, the percentage from within inside the rainbow. Hugo draws a foul, and it's going to be the 13th foul against the Jets. This one is on John Mooney. .5:33 to go here in the second quarter. What a great game. The start of the semifinals. 6th ever meeting in the playoffs between the BREX and the Jets. Isaac Fotu returning into play here for UTSUNOMIYA. Ogawa patiently trying to build the offense. Gavin Edwards pump fakes. Goes into the Euro step and a finger roll. Well, what a move by the 37-year young veteran. Now you can hear the BREX Nation. If anybody ever questioned the atmosphere here in Japan, well, you can just see what the game of basketball, especially the B-League, means to the Japanese fans. And another steal. Ogawa comes up with it. Now he wants to run. He's going to get rejected by DJ Hogue. Well, Sugoi. That's going to be a jump ball violation. Good steal by Ogawa, but good recovery by DJ Hogue. Well, he could have gone for the reverse layup, but I think indeed it would have been a block from Watanabe. Now it's going to be Jets' ball, I believe, because when the ball is wedged up against the rim, it becomes a jump ball scenario. Possession arrow going in favor of the Jets. So this means UTSUNOMIYA will get the first possession in the second half. The foul's going to be called. And that's only the 13th foul against BREX here in the second quarter, excuse me. Well, Kevin S., indeed, it's a wedgie, bro. And we've seen many of those in B-League, BCL, all over the globe. Timeout's going to be called. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in the Tojiki Prefecture. Game 1 of the semifinals between UTSUNOMIYA BREX and the CHIBA Jets. Well, Jets have only made 1 3-pointer so far, but they've done a better job of getting points inside the paint. Identifying the weakness, the vulnerabilities of UTSUNOMIYA's defense. The Jets have got to get a press break because they don't have a lot of time to get it over the halfway line. Well, unless they decided to reset the shot clock, of course, due to the foul, but now Watanabe, the dribble handout from Chiba. Hogue has a quick step, goes in the lane, can't finish. Doing the offensive rebound, another foul. He'll go to the free throw line. Fouls against Gavin Edwards. Well, Chiba's the 7th best rebounding team here in the B-League, averaging 38.5 rebounds. But in terms of defensive rebounds, well, they're actually number 2, second best in the B-League. Surprisingly, though, knowing how good of a three-point shooting team they are, I mean, they're ranked number 3 this season in the B-League. They've only made one three-point field goal. Of course, I got to give a big thank you and arigato gozaimasu to all these stats provided by my colleague, my good friend, Kazuya Nishikawa. Well, we got to welcome a legend. King Manu Fotu is in the chat. That's right. Father of Isaac Fotu, former professional rugby player. Manu, great to hear from you. 27 apiece. Locked in. Ogawa penetrates. New build bit of time, but I think he's going to step out of bounds. And that's a turnover for the BREX. Because when the three-point line under FIBA regulations extended in the year 2011, the space between the perimeter and the sideline, if you're on the deep in the corner, doesn't give any player a lot of room, so you have to get that one perfect. Jets now looking to retake the lead. Sagawa's been good so far. Almost turns this over. BREX, no more fouls to give. O'Hara falls over. If that's a jumble, BREX will get it back. Possession arrow goes in their favor. So good defense by UTSUNOMIYA. Well, great hustle there, forcing BREX into the final seconds of the shot clock. And Yuda Prawira says Pelita Jaya will beat Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, I might have to agree with you if full-strength team with both Anthony Bean and Andakawa Prestawa. Hey, it's possible. Number 9, Yusuke Endo, subbing back in for UTSUNOMIYA. Of course, one of their key three-point shooters. BREX patiently trying to build the offense. Ogawa, nice pass, finds Fotu with a finish. Well, it's the young fella with the man in the prime of his career, Isaac Fotu. 2-point lead currently to UTSUNOMIYA. Wow, it's going to be a backcourt violation, surely. Yeah, good defense yet again. And it's all down to Isaac Fotu denying and defending the dribble handoff. I mean, watch what he does. Right there. Just chases DJ Hogue. Because that makes John Mooney panic. And really, Jets have got to do a better job. So it's only a reset of the 14. Sideline ball here to BREX. Ogawa finds Newbill quickly. Fotu, 3, takes it, almost got it. Well, he's got beautiful shooting technique, and he's got to keep taking those if he's open. Watson, well, again, DJ Hogue just bullies his way to the basket. Well, he's their leading scorer at the moment. 9 points already for DJ Hogue. Again, tying things up here, live in the Tojiki Prefecture. Well, Edwards is wide open. Now Endo, another 3 contested. Still can't get it, but Edwards battles for the offensive board. Now Ogawa finds Fotu in the paint. Fotu goes up, too strong, but good defense coming from DJ Hogue. Watanabe now fires a 3. No follow-up from John Mooney. The jump ball's going to be called, so Chiba will get it back. Mooney felt like a foul should have been called. Well, there's a 3 from Watanabe. I don't know what Mooney's complaining about. Fotu didn't do anything. Kevin S., I remember as well, University of Hawaii. The first time I saw Isaac Fotu play live was in 2014. And that was in Shenzhen, China. Another kick out. Hara, 3, open. Finally gets the second 3 of the game for the Jets. And with 2:11 to go, it's going to be a timeout call by UTSUNOMIYA BREX. And it makes you wonder how close this game is going to be by the end of 4 quarters, because nothing separates these two teams. Well, the timeout's called. We'll be back in just under 60 seconds. Welcome back, basketball fans. We're live here at the Tojiki Prefecture, and indeed, it is game 1 of the semifinals between the two of the biggest teams here in the B-League, but definitely the two best in the Eastern Conference. The B-League's number 1, UTSUNOMIYA BREX, with home court advantage against their rivals, the CHIBA Jets. BREX down by 3 points. Now we're into 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Finding Endo. Nubo picks up his dribble. Grant Jared took 1-3 earlier. Still can't get it, but Hijima. Well, the foul's going to be called against CHIBA. That's their final foul to give away. Well, great work by Makoto Hijima, battling for the board. Well, the foul is on former Ruku Golden Kings player Naoki Tashido. Hijima got it by his national teammates. Now Nubil. Bit of contact, no foul called. But BREX yet again, and another foul against Tashir in a clumsy play. Because now he's going to send DJ Nubil to the free throw line. Well, Rankinitschka subbing back in. 1:33 to go here in the game. Or in the first half, I should say, excuse me. It's DJ Nubil, leading scorer in the game at the moment. Well, how well this team go on to a championship is all down to him. But again, this team's not a one-man show by any means. They all play perfectly around him. That's why I said he was definitely the best signing for the BREX since joining from Osaka Avesa, where he did begin here in the B-League. Well, another big offensive board from Gavin Edwards. Something BREX have been determined to get this quarter. But now Nubil. Teardrop on the baseline, and again we're all leveled up. And Atsuya Ogawa. Well, he's having a much better game than he did against Mikawa. Togashi on the baseline. Got it by Hijima. Pump fakes. Wants to get this one back. They've made 2 threes. And he's having a tough one tonight, Togashi. But you got to credit that down to the BREX defense. Well, BREX can't go 2 for 1. Hijima now goes for a fadeaway to paint. And the tip-in is good by Gavin Edwards. The former Jets player punishing his former employees. 15 seconds difference between game and shot clock. BREX lead by 2. Neither team with any fouls to give. Final seconds for DJ Ho. Ho goes in, and somehow, someway, DJ does the impossible. But final shot coming here for the BREX. Still a bit of time. DJ doesn't need to rush this one. 3 seconds left. New build puts up the 3. Almost got it, and that is the end of the first half. Game 1 here in the semifinals of the 2025 B-League postseason. The 6th ever postseason meeting between the BREX and the Jets. And nothing separates these two teams. Both teams winning both quarters by 7 points. We'll be back in just under 20 minutes for the second half.
それでは本日のハーフタイムはブレクシによりますパフォーマンスでお楽しみください。BREX.
マニーは安全で品質の高い医療機器を世界中の人々に届けます。The best quality in the world to the world. マニー。
栃木銀行宇都宮ブレックス応援キャンペーン。対象取引もご契約で宇都宮ブレックス新シーズン開幕戦チケットが抽選で当たるチャンス。7月31日まで。
実家継いだんだ。
本田さん、
こんにちは。踊らない？
忘れたさ。
体が覚えてるよ。
第2章始まる。日替わり007。
あなたの周りにタマポリン。あれもこれもみんなタマポリン。未来を包むタマポリン。
OS はここ栃木県で公共施設の管理運営を行っています。私たちは地域社会に貢献し、スポーツ文化の健全な発展を目指しています。株式会社 OS。
未来を作る、世界をつなぐ、研究と創造のアルメックステクノロジーズ。
吉野石膏はさまざまな視点から安全、快適とは何かを模索し、挑戦し、相変わらず今日も暮らしを考える吉野石膏。
モンドセレクション禁酒売れた育物ナンバーワン。返金保証付きチャカ。
もしマヤと結婚してなかったらオイラはこんなに楽しく過ごせなかったと思う。
これは
それもちょっと合わないだろう。
相模店で家づくりで終わらない安心安全に暮らせる街を作り、そこでの豊かな生活をデザインする。生活総合産業だからできること。 With You UTSUNOMIYAトヨタウッドユーホーム。
ペドラ P&D 佐野。映画、食事、アミューズメント、フィットネス、ビューティー、ここなら誰もが楽しめる。佐野藤岡インターから車で5分、フィットプレイス24。会員募集中。ペドラ P&D 佐野。それではここで B リーグパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。 B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク。 B リーグタイトルパートナーリソナグループ。 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス。 B リーグパートナーズ日本郵便、 G ショック、日本生命。 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズソニーミュージックエンターテインメント、モルテン、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エニタイムフィットネス、アーシャルデザイン、ストライク、TIS スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、ふるさとチョイス、ティックスプラス、 B リーグサプライヤーアダストリア、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー LINE ヤフー、 B リーグスポーツ振興パートナースポーツくじウィナー、 B リーググロスパートナー電通。以上 B リーグパートナー各社のご紹介でした。
Welcome back, everybody. We're live here at the Tojiki Prefecture, of course. Game 1 of the semifinals between the CHIBA Jets and UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, a rematch of last season's quarterfinals in which CHIBA did break the hearts of every Jets fan, but so far, nothing separates these two teams in the first half. Well, DJ Newbill currently leading the UTSUNOMIYA BREX with 13 points. He has 2 rebounds and 1 assist for that matter, but the leading scorer at the moment is DJ Hogue, who has 15 points, 4 rebounds. But it's been the 3-point shooting that kind of has separated these two teams. Well, the BREX at the moment have made 4. The Jets have only made 2, and you'd expect those two teams to really step that up in the second half, considering they are 35% 3-point shooting teams in the regular season. Well, both Tagashi and Watanabe started on the bench tonight. An interesting start here for Trevor Gleason's team, but you can see Togashi and then finding Watanabe in transition, finishing. Well, the Jets have expectations coming into the season. Their expectations were to win the championship, a new arena, new coach, and a signing of one of Japan's greatest players of all time in Yuta Watanabe. Well, the team unfortunately has had to sustain a lot of injuries this regular season, but now they're healthy, and I think of that play, Jets would probably ask the question, did Gavin Edwards get away with a traveling violation? Well, there's young Riku Sugawa, and that's one thing I said in the first half. You've got to appreciate it. Now here's Atsushi Ogawa. Because both teams demonstrating great pathways, getting young players coming through the ranks. And that was the second 3-pointer of the game for the Jets from Shutahara in the corner. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats here from the first half. As mentioned, nothing separating these two teams. Well, Jets have been slightly better from within inside the rainbow. 12 out of 24, a very good 50%. And if you compare them in the regular season, they're both above 50%. It's actually Jets who are 52, but BREX, usually from the 2-point field goal percentage, they're actually 59. Tonight, they're just at 39, but that could very well change. Well, the biggest lead the BREX have had tonight has been 2 points, while the Jets have led by as many as 9. Jets, of course, getting 10 points from the bench. BREX getting 9 as well, but it's been fast break points in which both teams really need to improve. Only 4 fast break points in the first half, and those only came from the CHIBA Jets. Well, the BREX slightly better in terms of second chance points, and we saw that in the second quarter. I mean, Gavin Edwards, the former CHIBA Jets player, already with 8 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. Well, Gavin Edwards, 2 points, 2 rebounds away from a double-double. But tonight, I know the thing he'll want most is to get the Game 1 done. Remember, home court advantage for the BREX, but they had this last season in the quarterfinals. It's the best of 3 series. Of course, in the other semifinals, San and Neo Phoenix narrowly escaping with a victory against Ryukyu Golden Kings. The team from Okinawa looking to persevere and get to their 4th consecutive B.LEAGUE finals. But they're going to have to do that and come back from 1 game down. But, key thing for the Golden Kings, they lost in Game 1 in the semifinals at home against CHIBA. Well, Grant Jarrett's second leading in rebounds tonight for UTSUNOMIYA with 4. But you got to credit Gavin Edwards, 5 huge offensive rebounds. Well, DJ Hogue, the only player in double figures tonight for CHIBA Jets. He's got 15 points. He had the first 7 points out of their 9 when they took a 9-0 lead in the first few minutes. Well, John Mooney currently at the moment leading CHIBA with rebounds. He does have 5, but I think one thing these two teams will want to minimize going into definitely the second part of this game has been the turnovers. I mean, maybe not so much for UTSUNOMIYA. They only have 3 turnovers, but Jets, 7 turnovers too many. Well, there's the head-to-head matchup. 2 men who you may very well see feature for the Japanese national team this summer, Akatsuki Japan, at the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. That will take place in August. Because Japan won that competition a few times in their history. And with a full-stretch team, why not Why not Akatsuki Japan? Remember, the B-League champion will go on in the middle of June to represent the B-League at the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. The very best Asian continental competition. There's no argument. It's the only Asian continental competition. Sees the best from the East as well as the West.
それでは後半戦第3クォーターのスタートです。
Welcome back, everybody. BREX now with the first possession. Trying to build a lead very early on. Well, there's a take by Grant Jarrett. Bit of contact. Still can't finish. Struggling in this game. Great job by John Mooney picking up his 6th rebound. Well, Nihao Wadapangyo, Jerry Lai, Nihama, Guga, Itai Tuoshima. There could be a turnover. Well, another big rebound this time. John Mooney failing to capitalize. Shitahara just losing control of that possession, but now a foul's going to be called against Yuta Watanabe. It's kind of intelligent play by Gavin Edwards because you think he's going to set the screen to the middle. He just gets into position. That's where Hiyajima went for the crossover. Newell now heavily defended. Finds Edwards. Pick and pop for 3. It's up. Giving BREX the 3-point cushion. And now he needs 2 rebounds to get to that double-double. Oak finding Shutahara. Again, Jets start the second half without Togashi, and now Hiyajima comes up with it. Hiyajima wants to run. Bit of contact, can't finish. Well, failing to capitalize. And great work by John Mooney. Picking up now rebound number 7. Well, that's going to be a kickball violation. Looks like it potentially could be a baseline ball coming up to Chiba. Well, great Olay skills by Gavin Edwards, preventing the post entry. As the penetration goes in, again, good rejection. Watanabe comes up with it, second chance points, cutting it down to a 1-point deficit. Well, the 3-point shooting hasn't been consistent tonight, but now we're seeing these two teams finding other ways to score. Now Endo tries to take on Watanabe, and the bank is open for Yusuke Endo. Of course, it's what I said in the first quarter. BREX try to live and die from the 3-point line, but they're too talented of a team. The team with the best record, 48 wins this season in the B-League. Watanabe contact goes in, and he'll go to the free throw line. Drawing the foul against Makoto Hiyajima. What's a smart play? Just beats him on the first step and a little bit of... Now, question is, I think it will be free throws. I think DJ Newbill's just probably arguing that case the foul should have been on the ground, but Watanabe averaging 13.3 points per game with 4 rebounds this season, but he missed the first free throw. Second one good for Watanabe, cutting it down to 2 points. The Jets fans who made the long journey from Funabashi here to Tojiki. 2 historic teams, the 6th postseason meeting. Probably the biggest was in 2021 when the Jets won in 3 games at the Yokohama Arena, winning their first B-League championship. Well, Nuba falls down. Ho comes up with it. Jets looking to tie the game up. Maybe take the lead, but they've only made 2 threes tonight. A foul's going to be called on the ground. If it's on Newbill, that's foul number 3. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, that's on DJ Newbill. Oh no, it's on Hijima maybe. Well, DJ Newbill may just be a very lucky player. Baseline possession coming up for Chiba, down by 2. Moody goes in, unable to finish. The putback, no good. But another offensive rebound. Well, now DJ Hogue for 3. And it's been abysmal three-point shooting from Chiba. Just so many unnecessary fouls been picked up. I don't think that one's on Shutahara. I think that's on Gavin Edwards. Excuse me, on John Mooney. Well, there's a bull screen. Watch Mooney hit. Or is it on maybe it is on Shutahara. Yeah, it's on Hara, yeah. So my apologies. Second foul against Hara. Shinji Takashima subbing back into the game. Looks like a zone defense is going to be played here from... Oh, no, it's a man-to-man matchup. My apologies. Doesn't look like they were in a 2-3 zone, but now Hijima. Step back, 3, takes it, gets it! The man who's 44% from downtown this season, giving the BREX the 5-point lead. Jets need a bit of calm in their offense. Watanabe here now defended by Jarrett. Goes baseline. Has to kick out. Hara's got to take a 3, gets it off in time and just can't finish. And Jarrett gets a rebound. But a foul's going to be committed now. BREX asking the question, should this be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul? Zico Carnell, yeah, he's got a call for it. A head coach's challenge is on the way. Well, there's a kick out by Watanabe. Hara does a good job of getting it off in time. Now watch Riku Sagawa. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, maybe not. That might just be kept as a regular foul. Well, I would say Riku Sagawa, a very lucky player indeed. Hijima finds Grant Jarrett. Tough pass to Newbill. BREX looking to extend. So far, biggest lead for them. But Hijima turning it over. Now here come the Jets. Watanabe bumps and he finishes. Tough move by Yuta Watanabe. Well, Gavin Edwards going for another 3. And that's going to be an out-of-bounds violation going over the backboard. Still a 3-point lead to the BREX. 5:45 to go here in the third quarter. Well, I'm just wondering why Trevor Gleason puts his 2 best backcourt players on the bench to begin with. He did that at the beginning of this game. Quite often we do see Christopher Smith come off the bench, but Watanabe starting under the bench here in Game 1 of the semifinals. That is interesting. So Gashi now back. Heavy hedge on the bull screen. Trying to find Mooney. Tashiro wide open for 3. Just can't get it. And the 3's continuing to brick now for the Jets. Oh, wide open. Oh, baby! Well, we saw Mikawa Seahorses in the quarterfinals get a few of those. And nobody was there to pick up Grant Jarrett. Timeout's going to be called by Trevor Gleason. The BREX lead by 5. 5:20 to go here in the third. Game 1 of the B.LEAGUE semifinals. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Tojiki, Utsunomiya City. This is game one of the B-League semifinals between Utsunomiya BREX and the Chiba Jets. Jets led early 9-0 in the early stages of this game. Now find themselves trailing by 5. Of course, big problem the BREX offense. 2 out of 14 from the three-point line tonight. Mooney on the baseline, gets fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe. Mooney's only got 4 points, but he does have 8 rebounds. And these will be the 10th free throws when he goes to the charity stripe here for Chiba. John Mooney, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish University player. Of course, prior to coming to the Japanese B-League, played in the Australian NBL. Because he stands at 206 centimeters, that's roughly 6'9". Started his pro career with the Perth Wildcats in 2020. Second free throw good. 3-point lead to the BREX. Well, the basketball just irritatingly rolling away. Nobody going other than the official. So I'd say the very big difference in this game so far has been the offensive rebounding. 15 offensive boards for the Jets, 16 for the BREX, and another 3 goes flying in as DJ Newbill continues to cook it up. Well, he's on fire tonight. Newbill now with 18 points. It's now the 7th-3 of the game. The foul's going to be called. It looks like, I don't know if that was on the ground or if it's a shooting foul, but again, it's on Gavin Edwards. Have a look. There's the 3 by Christopher Smith. Well, that's on the ground. I don't think that should be a shooting foul whatsoever. And that's a 3rd foul for Gavin Edwards. A problem for the BREX. Because we haven't seen Kosuke Takeuchi tonight. And now we do, for the first time. The 40-year young veteran. Quick 3 by Smith. Bit of contact. Still can't get it. And Ogawa happy to let that one go out of bounds. Well, Smith, I think he's got an argument there because it did look like there was a bit of contact to the head. Six-point lead still to the BREX. Trying to build as big a lead as possible. Newbill caught in a double team. Takashima. And that's going to be a traveling violation. Yeah, so BREX so carelessly not taking care of the basketball. Almost walking into Chiba Jets' defensive trap there right in the corner. It's just where he shimmies and shifts over his foot before puts the ball on the ground, but that's the right call. Well, the Jets have got to hang in there. They've got to remain composed. Get something good from this offense. Smith, another 3. and finally gets one. And that's only the third three of the game for the Chiba Jets. And he slices it down to a 3-point deficit. Hope is still in the air for Chiba. Ogawa pump fakes, turns around, and what a move by the young fella. Well, he's had his inconsistencies, especially towards the end of the regular season. But now he's having a hell of a game tonight. Ogawa's got 9 points, also has 4 assists. Smith got it by Newbill. Thanks for a tough fadeaway, high arc. Good defense, but another offensive board for Chiba. Togashi now looking for space. BREX's defense don't want to give him the room. There's another 3 by Chiba, Kanichka. And finally, BREX come up with a rebound. Ron Jarrett trying to play bully basketball, but again, just simply good defense by Mooney. And another unnecessary foul by Naoki Tashido. Well, Jarrett looks like he's in a bit of pain. Well, there's the shot. Great battle between John Mooney and Grant Jarrett. What happened here? May have just got a shot to the face. Well, that's actually Tashiro's 4th personal foul, so he's out of here. And he should have no arguments with that last foul. That's clear as daylight. Oh, DJ Hogue coming back into the lineup. So it's going to be him as the 5. Smith, Kanichka, Shutahara, and Togashi all in the backcourt. Bigger lineup, of course, for the BREX. Hiyajima made his last 3, and he buries another one, giving Utsunomiya an 8-point cushion. Japan's #1 shooting guard, lighting it up here in the second half for the BREX. BREX chasing history. Kanichka responding with a bang. And now both teams exchanging 3-point field goals. Well, as I said before Kanichka's 3, BREX chasing history. If they win the championship this year, they'll become the team that's only ever won 3 B.LEAGUE championships. Kanichka committing the foul, which will send Hiyajima to the free throw line. Well, Hiyajima, of course, plays 25 minutes per game in the regular season. He's averaging 12 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Because those 2 3-pointers he hit earlier, those are the only field goals he's made. It's 2 out of 4 from the perimeter tonight. 0 for 3 from within inside the rainbow. Puts him up by 7. 8 points for Hiyajima. Almost 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Smith penetrates, goes in, can't finish. Good recovery defense by the BREX. The Jets have got to rely on their defense. But BREX want to build this lead. Remember, they met last season in the quarterfinals. Fotu now in the double team. Newbill, deep 3, got it! The BREX, now indeed, with their first double-digit lead. 21 points for DJ Newbill. Now Togashi penetrates, but he loses control of it, and it's going to be another Chiba turnover. Well, this is becoming a disaster now for the Chiba Jets. 9 turnovers. And I just wonder, what was the process of starting both Sagawa and Tashiro instead of both Smith and Yuki Togashi? Well, another 3-pointer goes for Ogawa. Can't get it, but he gets his own rebound. And the Jets look stunned. But they turn this one over. Chiba can't push. Now Smith finds an opening. And he turns it over. 10 turnovers. BREX have numbers. Newbill, another 3. Big offensive rebound by Takeuchi. Bit of contact and giving the BREX the 12-point lead. 40 years young. Almost 20 years ago, defending Dirk Nowitzki when playing for Japan at the 2006 FIBA World Championship. And now a foul is going to be committed by Isaac Fotu, so free throws coming up for DJ Hogue.
一つ目ファーストナンバーチームファイブ2ポイントです。
Well, the good thing if he makes these free throws is they can just get one final stop and then potentially a 2-for-1 for CHIBA. Get it to single digits going into the fourth quarter. Great work by DJ Hogue. Well, he was indeed the leading scorer, but that's only his first 2 points here in the third quarter. BREX patiently trying to get something good. Hiyajima's made 2 threes. Tried to this one, but it goes out of bounds, and Jets will get it back. So the 2-for-1 is definitely still on the table. Five seconds difference between game and shot clock. Shutahara with possession. Those Jets have got to stop turning the ball over. Togashi off the dribble, fires a three and again sinks it, cutting it down to 7 points. And a crucial 5-0 run for CHIBA. They don't want to foul here. Ogawa penetrates, kicks out, Takeuchi, three, corner, and that's not going to go. And we head into the final 10 minutes. B.LEAGUE semifinals, game 1 between CHIBA Jets and our host, UTSUNOMIYA BREX. The 6th ever postseason B.LEAGUE matchup between these two powerhouses. Well, we'll be back in under 60 seconds.
Let's see. それではここで本日の来場者速報。
Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Tochigi Prefecture, Game 1 of the B.LEAGUE semifinals here in 2025. It is CHIBA Jets trailing by 7 against UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Well, that was the second three-pointer made by Makoto Hiyajima, the Japanese national team player who does have 8 points tonight, but they're being led by one DJ Newbill. Well, that was the final three. The 5-0 run from CHIBA. Well, hello and welcome. We're in the home arena of the two-time B.LEAGUE champions in 2017 and 2022, UTSUNOMIYA BREX. If you're watching this game live on B.LEAGUE International, please let us know in the comment bank where you're watching this game and which team you're supporting. So Gashi goes for another quick one. A little bit rushed, but it goes out of bounds, and BREX will get it back. Last touch by Michael Ou. BREX had a good third quarter. Led by as many as 12. Finding Hiyajima now. Bit of space time. Another three, and he sinks another one. Well, Maki-san now with his third three tonight. He's 3 out of 7. This would be great to see Makoto Hiyajima and Togashi play at the Asia Cup this summer, but it's back to a 10-point lead. Oh, 17 points. That's way off the mark, and Chiba can't buy a three. They've only made 3 tonight. Foul's going to be called against Togashi. Well, Shenzai, Makoto Hiyajima. 他打篮球很好，他知道3分球. I know we got many fans from Taipei watching on the live stream. Well, Hiyajima, another three goes up, can't get it. Maybe a bit of a rushed offense there from the BREX. Well, looks like Watanabe is going to have to really step up here in the fourth quarter, because he's had to battle back through injuries. Had many injuries this year. Some of them, unfortunately, if you go back to the first time these two teams met in the opening game of the regular season, he got injured when Makoto Hiyajima tried to close him out on a block shot in the corner. Nice pass by Togashi. Well, Michael O goes up. The Chinese national can't get it. No foul called. Well, good recovery defense by Kosuke Takeuchi. 9 here on the shot clock. Baseline possession coming up to the Jets. Togashi will inbound this. Finds Smith. 3 in the corner's up. Threes just don't go in. Tough perimeter night here for the Jets. They've taken over 23s. They've only made 5. Well, Nubo trying to find Isaac Fotu again. Simply unstoppable. Well, nice 1-2 between DJ Nubil and Isaac Fotu, the New Zealand international. Of course, Isaac Fotu joined the BREX when they won their second championship. And Watanabe way off the mark. BREX's defense simply suffocating. Well, they've led by as many as 12. Now they can indeed go for their biggest lead of the game. Ogawa's been great tonight in the corner. Takeuchi wide open 3, and the 40-year young veteran, I'll say it again, 19 years ago, he had to defend Dirk Nowitzki at the 2006 FIBA World Championship here in Saitama, Japan. And 19 years later, he gives the BREX a 15-point lead in Game 1 of the semifinals. We will be back in just under 1 minute from this timeout. Well, it's now or never for Chiba. It's only Game 1. Game 2 will be tomorrow, same time, same place. But the problem is if they lose tonight and they lose tomorrow, it's all over. BREX will be going to another final. Because Chiba won game 1 of the semifinals last year by a very staggering plus 30 points against Ruku Golden Kings. I think Golden Kings came back to win both games 2 and 3, and Shota Onodera big time in game 2. I remember that series. There was no need to panic. Plenty of time left here in the game. They've got to stop picking up buckets here offensively. Smith trying to work, defended by Takashima. It's good defense. Another step back, force 3. Mooney offensive rebound, and that's much better. Finding other ways to score. And John Mooney's had a relatively good game tonight. 8 points, 8 rebounds. That's actually his 9th rebound, excuse me. Rubio another 3, and Ayasu Minasai. Good night. Well, Jets cooking at the moment. Simply cooking from downtown. That's now indeed the 12th 3 of the night. Well, it just seems like when Chiba builds an offense, BREX come back and a beautiful move by Togashi. And a chance to cut it back down to a 13-point deficit. 6:34 left here in the fourth quarter. Those Jets fans just holding their breaths, hoping a miracle will happen. The foul is on Takashima. Togashi now the charity strike. Guess I'll never understand why he came off the bench tonight. Converted by Togashi. 10 points for him this evening. Still plenty of time here, so BREX don't want to throw this away. Zone defense looks like it's being committed. Jared down low, finds Edwards, can't finish. And good defense, Mooney coming up with it. No need to rush anything here for the Jets. But Togashi, quick 3, goes up, and he sinks this one. And a 6-0 run led by Yuki Togashi. A huge 3-pointer. And still 6:01 left. Timeout called by Zico Coronel. It's not over. The Jets fighting back. Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. 2025 B.LEAGUE playoffs. We're now in the semifinals. These two teams had to go through two very tough opponents. The Jets took down Alvok Tokyo, the #1 defensive team, while the BREX, with the best record in the regular season, comfortably defeating the Mikawa Seahorses. Well, this is a rematch of last season's playoff matchup in the quarterfinals. We were live here for 3 games, but the Jets broke the hearts of BREX Nation. And it's gonna be an unforced turnover. Wow, is there hope in the air, belief for Chiba? Well, as I said, both teams. There's another one. Probably not the right shot there for Chiba, but you can understand coming from Togashi, the confidence is flying. Big offense coming now here for BREX. Still leading by double figures. Ogawa taking care of business. And again, the two-handed rim rocker. And the former Jets player just coming back to punish them. The assist coming from Grant Jarrett. Chiba's defense getting caught napping. Now they find Mooney. He'll bump and he'll finish. Tough finish by John Mooney, now in double figures. One rebound away from a double-double. He now becomes the third Jets players into double figures. Well, where the BREX have closed this game out so far has been the three-point shooting. Lubu got it by Hara. Well, the double team came too little too late. And now BREX punishing Jets with the same offense they gave them in the first quarter. A timeout call by Trevor Gleason. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Well, that was a nice little drop play by John Mooney finishing inside the paint. But, you know, here's where Jets, well, that's a clear mismatch against Naoki Tashiro. They got to come down and double because now you're down by 12. Matsuro Ogawa, one field goal away and one free throw potentially for becoming the fourth BREX player to get into double figures. While Jets have 3 players in double figures. DJ Hogan's only got 2 points here in the second half. It's still their leading scorer, but it's been Togashi that's kept them within distance. Small-point lead still to Utsunomiya. Finding Smith. Bit of space now, fires a 3, and that's big. Cutting it down to 9 points. 3 big triples here in the fourth quarter for the Jets. Double team coming. But again, Edwards has that mismatch. Don't leave Takashima wide open. Mooney, another rebound. Now the double-double for John Mooney. Can the BREX come back? Oh, excuse me, the Jets come back. There it is. Another 3. And did Togashi need to go for it? We would have cut it down to 6 or 4-10, but BREX will get it back and just can shave some time off the clock. Well, he was open. There's no arguments. That's the kind of shot he'll take. Jets have fouls to give. But Tashiro, number 4, has 4 fouls. Jarrett now in the paint. And again, simply unstoppable by Grant Jarrett. That's only his 3rd field goal tonight. He's got 7 rebounds. Back to double figures. Mooney now got it by Gavin Edwards. Another 3. Goes over the backboard. Goes out of bounds. And BREX will get it back with 3:35 left. Well, that was a good contest by Grant Jarrett, making it very tough for Chris Smith. If that's on Tashiro, it's his 5th foul. He's done. That's his 5th foul. He's out of it. So now Tashiro, unfortunately, has fouled out. I think he just loses his balance, yeah. So it's an accidental foul, but it's the right call nonetheless. He's done. I'm not quite sure what Trevor Gleason's arguing because that's the right call. Maybe about a different play, but the referee got that one spot on now. Watanabe, who's only just come back from injury, back in the lineup. Just over 3 minutes. BREX have the momentum. Winning game 1 will be huge for them. Game 2 tomorrow night, same play. Oh my goodness! Ron Jarrett tried to take a body with him, and that would have been Watanabe. Now 3 minutes left. Smith defended by DJ Newbill. The foul's going to be called against Newbill. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul. So not too much concern for him. Still leading by 11. Smith now again, another forced three goes up. But Jets just can't seem to find any other way to score here at the moment. And this is costing them dearly. And has it just turned? Have BREX hit the right mode here at the right time of the year? Evans goes up and he finishes against Watanabe. That might just do it. 13-point lead. Mooney now down the middle. Goes for tough contested fadeaway. Now it's 12 points. Tough move by John Mooney. But time isn't on the side of the Jets. They got 2 fouls to give. Still not seeing any full court pressure, any traps or anything. Have Jets conceded defeat. Ijima in and around the defense, and that might just do it as he gets the one. BREX sending a statement to their rivals. Oh, what a play by Makoto Ijima. Just the first time BREX and the Jets met in the B-League playoffs in 2017. He was playing for the Mikawa Seahorses. Just what a magnificent career this man has had. Originally from Fukuoka, Japan. Just did briefly play for the Brisbane Bullets for 1 season in the Australian NBL. But the 2018 B-League MVP and the 2022 B-League Finals MVP. And it's another Jets turnover with 1:51 to go. Where's the foul, actually? That's an illegal screen set by John Mooney. That's his 3rd personal foul. I think Ogawa's going to be okay. Well, BREX will get it back. Leading by 14, they really have turned this game around. Well, BREX fans, knowing that this is just game 1, they still have to win a second one. Edwards going for another 3. It's up. Front iron can't get it. Goes out of bounds. No, it does go out of bounds. And BREX will retain it. Good hustle by Atsuyo Ogawa. Well, that was the 3-pointer. Great job by Ogawa putting Togashi under pressure. .14 here on the shot clock for the BREX. Job looking very much well done. But the series isn't over. They still have to win one more. Jarrett now looking to make it 17. He buries a three-pointer, and it is indeed the BREX cooking show. What a night from the three-point line. 13 out of 33 from the perimeter. A huge turnaround. Watanabe going for another quick one. Can't finish. Well, just listen to the fans here tonight in the Tochigi Prefecture. This is a team who are now chasing history, looking to win that third B-League championship. Ogawa, little teardrop, and Grant Jarrett still can't capitalize. Well, everything is going to be a consolation here for the Jets. Mooney in the paint. Trying to make one more pass, but Hiyajima just read that one as he dropped down to come for the interception. Well, we do have 12 seconds difference between game and shot clock. I think DJ Newbill is just going to show a sign of respect. Final seconds here on the shot clock. Doesn't look like the BREX are going to go for anything. So for the final 13.1, Jets will have to dribble this one out. Well, great game tonight from Makoto Hiyajima. And it looks like a complete overhaul change. Well, they got one more game to win. Can they do it tomorrow night? Well, Ishikawa coming in along with Murakishi. Players who don't necessarily get as much playing time here for the BREX, but they're part of the development pathway, the progression plan. Well, fans, what a game it was. The Jets came out with a 9-0 lead, but then the BREX, in that second quarter, stepped up the rebounding, especially through Gavin Edwards, and they win this one, 84-67. BREX one victory away from getting to a fourth B-League Finals, where they'll contest to win the third ever championship. But of course, the tragic passing of the late, great Kevin Bracewell, man who started as the head coach of this team at the beginning of the season, and they're doing it for him as well as for the fans. What a win it was tonight for the BREX. Well, Kevin S., thank you for your kind words, my friend. But those watching live, we're going to get a interview with head coach Zico Coronel, the game's most valuable player, which it's going to be tough to find out who that will be because Gavin Edwards was one rebound away from a double-double, but they were led by DJ Newbill. Makoto Hiyajima finished with 14 points. While for the Jets, they were led by DJ Hogue. 15 points in the first half and only had 2 free throws in the second half. Yuki Togashi stepped it up. He finished with 13 points and 5 assists, along with 2 rebounds. But the Jets just couldn't compete against the BREX. BREX Nation, one more game, and you can book those tickets to Yokohama. Tonight was the 5th meeting between Utsunomiya and Chiba, and in the regular season, it was only in January 29th where the BREX were finally able to win against Chiba. But now this is their second win against the Jets. Well, the other semifinal will take place tomorrow as well. Ruku Golden Kings losing by 2 points against San Antonio Phoenix. They didn't have Uichi Kishimoto, but they still competed against the team with the second best record in the B-League. All games live here on B.LEAGUE International YouTube. Well, those Jets fans, no doubt they'll be sticking around tonight, and they'll be here tomorrow to support their team. It's a do-or-die game. But let's listen now to head coach Zico Coronel and then the game's most valuable player.
まずはジーココロネルヘッドコーチ代行です。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まずは去年この会場で悔しい負けがあった千葉を相手に初戦を取りました。どんな思いですか？
I mean, they lost the series. We have only done less than half the job, so we completely locked in.
昨シーズンはシリーズで自分たちが敗退して負けてしまったので、今日はまだ1試合勝っただけなので、まだ全然半分も終わってないと思っています。
ただ今日は後半接戦の展開の中で第3クォーター終盤に流れをつかみました。あの時間チームとして良かったことはどんなところですか？
Momentum in the
I think when we play with supreme effort, this is what's going to be best for us. It's an amazing team, amazing coaching staff. If we're not absolutely elite, it's going to be hard for us. We know the huge challenge they pose.
本当に千葉さんは能力も高いですし、本当に素晴らしいチームなので、やはり自分たちのやはしエフォート、努力、頑張り、ハッスルという部分がそのリードを生んだと思っています。
今日はディフェンスも機能して千葉を67点に抑えました。ディフェンスを含めて明日に向けてもお願いします。
We got to keep getting better. So we'll look at the video, we'll identify the things that we need to do better, we'll learn, and hopefully we can come out and be even better. They're dangerous. We have to be better.
また、今日の試合を振り返って、また、明日さらに自分たちが上達できるように、また成長を続けられるようにしていきたいと思います。千葉さんは本当に能力が高いですし、危険なチームなので、もっともっと自分たちが成長していかないといけないなと思っています。
ありがとうございました。ジーコ・コロネルヘッドコーチ代行でした。
Well, you love the words there from head coach Zico Coronel.
続いて選手へのインタビュー
Of
です。
course, identifying that they have to be better because the opponent, Chiba Jets, are going to come out very differently tomorrow with their backs up against the wall. But here is the game's most valuable player, DJ Newbill. We'll hear what he has to say. Staggering performance, 24 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds.
I think we started off slow, but I was able to pick it back up, and our defense picked up. It was able to give us good opportunities on offense.
ちょっとスロースタートになって、リードを取られる展開になりましたけれども、やはり自分たちのディフェンスが流れを持ってくることができたと思います。
ただその後も得意のスリーポイントほとんど外さず、今日はオフェンスを牽引しました。そして何度もこのブレックスブースターを沸かせました。そのあたりどう感じてますか？
I was just trying to just be aggressive and take what the defense was giving me, and I got into a good rhythm, and I just kept shooting.
ただ自分はアグレッシブにチャンスがあればどんどんシュートを狙っていこうという意識でやっていました。で、今いい形でシュートを打つことができたので、その結果だと思います。
ありがとうございました。DJ ニュービル選手でした。
Well, DJ Newbill, of course, and I think probably why you're hearing such quick words here from the players, they know the job's only half done, and Zico Coronel said that. So these players very, very balanced in terms of emotionally after winning this game. Because if they lose tomorrow, then both teams' backs will be up against the wall for Game 3, which then would be on Monday. But now we're going to hear from Makoto Hiyajima. 3 crucial three-pointers tonight for the BREX. We'll get this translated.
終盤のバスケットカウントがありました。あのプレーどう振り返りますか？
前半の方でちょっとチームに迷惑かけてしまってたので、最後のところはしっかり勝負を決めるシュートも決められてよかったと思います。
その言葉通り激しい相手のプレッシャーがある中で前半は得点がありませんでした。ただ後半大事な時間帯で得点でチームを引っ張りました。そのあたりはどう感じてますか？
いやもう前半はもうチームメートが頑張ってくれたので、最後は自分の時間帯といいますか、しっかり活躍しないとなかなかやっぱり相手はタフなチームなので、勝ちきれないと思ったのでしっかり自分の仕事ができたと思います。
改めてにはなりますが、今シーズンは始まる前からこのチーム千葉の去年の敗戦を意識してチーム作りをしてきました。その中でこの初戦を取ったその意味合いどう感じますか？
いやもう本当に去年の悔しい負けから1シーズン通してこの試合のために練習してきたので、本当に重要な一戦でしたけどしっかり勝ちきれて、すごく大きな意味があると思います。
最後に多くのブースターが集まった中で明日に向けてお願いします。
はい、もう明日でしっかり決めて、ぜひファイナルに行きたいと思いますので、引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。比江島選手でした。インタビュー以上となります。放送席どうぞ。
それでは見事勝利いたしました我らがブレックスに今一度大きな拍手をお願いします。
Well, a big, fantastic victory tonight here in Game 1 of the semifinals. And there's Yuta Tabuse, right behind Grant Jarrett, still playing at 43 years young. First ever Japanese-born player to play in the NBA, who's with Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns at the beginning of the 2004-05 regular season of the NBA. Hiyajima, very much a national hero within Japanese basketball. Well, the first meeting between BREX and Jets in the playoffs was in the inaugural year of the B.LEAGUE. BREX beating the Jets in 2 games, leading both by 7 points, and would go on to beat the Kawasaki Brave Thunders in the first B.LEAGUE finals. Of course, they met 2 years later in 2019 in the semifinals. Jets won, and then they went on to the finals only to lose to Alvak Tokyo. The next meeting after that was the 2021 B.LEAGUE finals in Yokohama. A very exciting 3-game series, but Yuki Togashi, with his then former teammate Seba Saiz, would win their first B.LEAGUE championship. Of course, they did meet again. They met the following season, 2022, and BREX got their revenge, and they went on to win their second B.LEAGUE championship. Well, they met last season in the quarterfinals here at home, and after 3 games, indeed, it was the Jets who prevailed and won. So now they meet yet again. It's a great B.LEAGUE rivalry between 2 very good teams. Now, we just haven't translated of what Makoto Hiyajima said. Makoto Hiyajima's words were, "I struggled in the first half, but I could recover in the second half." He thanks that down to his teammates that he could play well today. Last season, they regret heavily losing to the Jets here in the quarterfinals. So we focus very hard on this matchup against CHIBA. We want to make it to the finals tomorrow. And his final message to the fans were, "Thank you for everything, but please continue to come and support." Well, a big thank you to my colleague Kazuya Nishikawa for giving me all the best stats and making all the translations for everything. It's a great team that we have here in the B.LEAGUE that worked great to give you this live stream on B.LEAGUE International. Well, here is where it all went well in the beginning. The first quarter, 9-0 lead. Of course, DJ Hogue looked like he was going to be unstoppable. But what I find interesting, I can't quite understand why they didn't start Togashi and Watanabe in this game. I know Watanabe's coming back from injury. It was an interesting beginning here, but even when they started with Riku Sagawa, who's a great player, Jets looked like they were going to blow this game out. Of course, here was the first 3 of the game coming from DJ Nubil, and this got things kick-starting for the BREX. Well, the BREX on 2 occasions had to make comebacks in the first quarter. DJ again getting another triple, finishing with 24 points tonight. Well, there was the kick out, finding Atsuyo Gawa, making a step back 3 and a crucial one by the young 22-year-old. Well, it's crazy to think how young some of the players here are. Riku Sagawa, Atsushi Ogawa. The future of Japanese basketball is bright, and here was Watanabe's first field goal of the game, taking this one. The assist coming from Yuki Togashi. Well, there's a nice move, a little fang roll by Togashi. That's sweet, that is. You gotta love that from the first $1 million Japanese player. Well, here was plays where you could see Sagawa getting the M1 against his young rival. Those 2 players may very well be battling to be Japan's #1 point guard in the future. A great 1-2 by Ogawa, finding Isaac Ofotu. And that was the second 3 of the game coming from Shutahara. This BREX really Jets struggled from the 3-point line in the first half. Well, here was Gavin Edwards, a pick and pop. And that was how they began the second half. And, Gavin Edwards, in my mind, was the game changer in the second quarter because he really battled for those offensive boards. And Hiyajima cooked. finishing with 14 points. Originally from Fukuoka, Japan. The 2018 B-League's most valuable player. That time turning it over. It was a nice take by Yuta Watanabe. Avoiding the block there, but the contact with DJ Newbill. And here's another huge three-pointer. That time coming from Christopher Smith, but another one hit the pump fake by Hiyojima. That was his third triple of the game. Maki-san, big time three. All right, Konichka hit another big one. Jets on a few occasions came within touching distance. And that was the final three of the third quarter that you may have felt Jets were going to make that comeback. But then Hiyojima again in the corner. Well, Hiyojima had many good looks. As mentioned, struggled in the first half. He was actually 3 out of 7 tonight from the three-point line. And that time Ogawa finding veteran 40-year-young Kosuke Takeuchi. And there was a three by Smith in the double-double tonight, finishing here for John Mooney. I think the Jets are going to probably argue about one thing. Well, that's going to probably be having 4 players in double figures, but the three-point shooting was woeful tonight. 7 out of 31. And only 9 fast break points. And that was a great take by Gavin Edwards against his former Olympic teammate, Yuta Watanabe. The Tokyo Olympics, those two battled together for Akatsuki, Japan. And that was the and-one by Hiyojima-san. Well, game 2 will be tomorrow night, but we'll look at the stats from this game this evening. Well, the disparity, 6 more three-pointers made. And of course, you think about it, well, take those threes away, Jets would win by 1. The three-point shooting was the difference, but I find it incredible. Only 67 points tonight from the Chiba Jets. Now, if they had only scored that many points against Alvok Tokyo, I would understand. But the BREX simply took care of business here this evening. Well, the BREX better on the rebounding and also had 2 more offensive boards for that matter. Because they had 6 more points inside the paint, 36-30 in favor of Utsunomiya. You compare bench points. What is staggering tonight, but I would say the different starting lineup. Jets had 33 points on the bench, but they did start Yuki Togashi on the bench, who did have 13. Of course, Watanabe also came off the bench. Only 7 points for him. He played 18 minutes tonight. Well, if you compare the defense, BREX were able to convert 11 points from Chiba Jets turnovers, while the Jets only able to convert 7. Well, we'll take a look at the game leaders very soon. Of course, Utsunomiya only had 3 players in double figures, while the Jets indeed had 4. John Mooney finished with 12, Yuki Togashi with 13, and then 17 coming from DJ Hogue. But only 2 of those came in the second half. Of course, the other player to get into double figures was Christopher Smith. He had 10 points tonight, but he was only 2 out of 9 from the three-point line. Well, John Mooney finishing with a double-double, 12 points, 12 rebounds, but unfortunately, he will not be leaving with a victory. Of course, tonight, nobody from the BREX finishing with a double-double. Gavin Edwards came close. He had 9 points. But he'll take solace knowing they're 1 win away from getting to their 4th B-League Finals. Of course, last time Gavin Edwards played in the B-League Finals was with the Chiba Jets, losing to the Ryukyu Golden Kings in 2023. Atsuyo Ogawa, 4 assists away from a double-double. Yuki Togashi was 5 away. But what an impressive performance tonight from Atsuyo Ogawa. Well, this is the B-League semifinals. Tomorrow, 2 game 2s will be played. There's the head-to-head between 2 Akatsuki Japan national teammates. Of course, if those 2 play for Japan this summer with Yuta Watanabe and Josh Hawkinson, who knows? Japan could very well compete and contest for a FIBA Asia Cup championship. Well, there you have it. 4 teams remaining, but tomorrow could very well be 2. Can San and Neo Phoenix take care of business in Shizuoka? Can they defeat the Ryukyu Golden Kings? Golden Kings want to take it to a third game series, and they want to make it to their fourth consecutive B-League Finals. While the BREX, one win away from potentially a chance to make history, and that would make them, if they are to win the championship this year, to become the team with the most B-League championships ahead of Alpha Tokyo. Well, fans, we thank you for joining us here tonight at the Tochigi Prefecture. This is Game 1 and Game 2. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place on B-League International. For now, it's goodbye, good night, and God bless.